हेलो गाइस, सो वेलकम बैक टू अनदर वीडियो ऑफ एजे क्लासेस। मैं हूं अमृत और आप सबको स्वागत करता हूं एजे क्लासेस पर। तो आज हम डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं द टॉपिक दैट इज थर्मोडायनामिक्स। सो इन थर्मोडायनामिक्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल विल डिस्कस अबाउट फर्स्ट वी नो व्हाट इज thermodynamics. So thermodynamics is defined as the branch of science which deals with changes energy that accompany physical or chemical changes in matter. That means it is the branch of science which deals with the changes energy. That means during a process or during a physical or chemical process of matter, how much energy is changed or how much energy is required or released during that process, or the change in the uh, absorption and release of heat, the change in the energy of the substance is known as the thermodynamics. Basically, the word thermodynamics means you have to easily learn कैसे आपको अगर आप एक रिएक्शन कर रहे हैं उसमें कितना एनर्जी चेंज होता है, उसी को ही बोला जाता है थर्मोडायनेमिक्स। एनर्जी को चेंज करने का हमें कैलकुलेशन करना है, उसका ऊपर पढ़ना है, उसे ही बोला जाता है थर्मोडायनेमिक्स। थर्मोडायनेमिक्स हमारा दो वर्ड से डिराइव किए गए हैं। तो पहले अपन thermodynamics is derived from two words. One is thermo and another is the dynamics. So there are two words, that is thermodynamics. The thermo means the heat and energy, and the dynamics in motion. That means the word thermodynamics implies the heat, energy or motion. That means a heat is transferring from one body to another body. That is known as thermodynamics. If heat is transferring, that means there is the change in energy. So after that, always thermodynamics is the interaction between the macroscopic bodies. We are always learn thermodynamics for the macroscopic bodies, but not for the microscopic. Macroscopic body means which are large in size. Macroscopic means the substances or bodies which are large in size. Then after that we will discuss about. Now we'll discuss about the importance of thermodynamics. So what are the important characteristics and features of thermodynamics? The first of all, it indicates the feasibility of a reaction. The feasibility of a reaction means either a reaction can be proceed or not. That is known as its feasibility. That means a reaction will take place or not. In chemistry, if we are in a closed vessel, we are taking some compounds and trying to make a reaction. अगर हम एक रिएक्शन बनाने जा रहे हैं तो वो आगे प्रोसीड होगा या नहीं, उसे कहा जाता है फिजिबिलिटी। तो बाई thermodynamics we can know or indicate the feasibility of reaction, that is predicts whether a given process or a chemical reaction is feasible or not. That means one reaction is feasible or not, we can determine that by the help of thermodynamics in a given temperature, pressure and concentration. Okay, so after that it also indicates the spontaneity of a reaction. That means how much the reaction is proceeds. If the first of all, if the reaction is feasibility, that means the reaction can be possible. Then after, at which extent the reaction is proceeds, that is the spontaneity of the reaction. Then after that, if the change in gives free energy, that is del G. If del G is positive, we get then the reaction is feasible, and if you get the del G is negative, then the reaction is not feasible. That means the reaction will not take place. Okay, then after that, it determines the extent to which a process including a chemical reaction would proceed. That means at which extent a reaction will proceed under a given condition of factor. ये मैंने बोल दिया कि हमारा अगर रिएक्शन रहे वो हो सकता है, फिजिबिलिटी उसका है तो कितने लेवल तक वो रिएक्शन हो सकता है. Then also the next point is we can also determine or to deduce some important generalization of physical chemistry also. By using of thermodynamics we can also deduce some important concept or some important laws of the physical chemistry like Van Hoff's law, dilute solution, Raoult's law. These are the laws of the solution chapter. Raoult's law, flowing in evaporation, the distribution law, the phase rule, and the law of chemical equilibrium. So we can also determine these things by the use of the thermodynamics. Then there are some limitations. If there are some concept, then there is also presence of some limitation. So the limitation is the law of thermodynamics is only applicable for mechanical work, that means the macroscopic particles. I have already told that the thermodynamics is only applicable for the macroscopic particles. That means हमारा जो thermodynamics वो सिर्फ large size particles के लिए applicable है. So it is not to individual atoms or molecule. अगर एक बॉक्स में ऐसे ऐसे बहुत सारे एटम होंगे तो वहीं पे हमारा थर्मोडायनेमिक्स का प्रोसेस काम करेगा. लेकिन अगर एक एटम पार्टिकल्स को लगे तो यहाँ पे अपना थर्मोडायनेमिक्स यूज नहीं होता है और एक कैलकुलेटर नहीं किया जा सकता है. एंड इट ओनली प्रेडिक्ट्स द फिजिबिलिटी और द सक्सेस ऑफ द रिएक्शन. सो बाय द help of thermodynamics we can calculate, that means a reaction will be proceed or not, but we can calculate that by the proceeding of this reaction will get success at the last or not. And the reaction proceed, but we can't calculate that the reaction will get success or not, and it cannot determine the rate of reaction. In the thermodynamics we can't also calculate the rate of reaction, that means in which rate the reaction will proceed, and it has no relation with the mechanism of the reaction. And also the thermodynamics is have no relation with the mechanism of reaction because it only relates with the change in the heat but not in the mechanism of the reaction. Then after that the basic terms of thermodynamics. So there are some basic terms of thermodynamics. First of all, we have the total universe, and the universe is divided into two parts. One is system and the another is surrounding. So in our universe, all the things are divided into two parts. One is system and the another is surrounding. So first of all, we'll discuss about the system. It is a part of universe which is under observation. That means if you are taking a reaction, we'll observe that a vessel. Okay, we are taking a reaction in a vessel, then we have observing that vessel. So this vessel is the system. So at which will taking place the reaction or which we are observing, that thing is known as this system. And surrounding, except the system, the parts of the universe which can be affected by the system are known as, or the surrounding which affects the system are known as the surrounding. This is our whole universe. If this is our whole universe, then there is a little part. This is our system. Okay, so this is our system. S. If this is surrounding, then this is our system. And after that, in the universe, the part of the universe which are affected or which affects the system, that are called as the surrounding. Okay, these parts are known as the surrounding. These are known as the surrounding. But remember one thing, all the other parts of the universe are not called as the surrounding because these are not affecting the system. So the rest part of the universe which only affect the system are called as the surrounding. The part of universe which affects by the system are the surrounding. Okay, then after that So then the next thing is boundary. So what is boundary? That means the thing which separates the system. In the previous figure as we have mentioned, if this is system and this is the surrounding portion, then the blue line separates the system from the surrounding. So the blue line is known as the boundary. So then after that we'll discuss about the types of systems. So the systems are of different types. So first upon we'll discuss about the system is of two types. One is open system and another is closed system, and another one is the isolated system. So after that first we will discuss about the open system. So what is open system? So open system in which you can access matter as well as energy. That means let if there this is the system, and here we can exchange both matter and energy as well as, so this system is known as open. We can exchange as well as matter and as well as energy with the surrounding, then the system is known as the open system. And after that there is the closed system. So here the closed system means we can only alternate or exchange the energy. A system which can exchange energy but not matter. That means here the matter is not exchanging, the matter is moving around the system, but you can exchange the energy. That means that system is closed system. Remember, in open system both matter and energy can be exchangeable, and in closed system only energy we can exchange, and in the isolated system we can't exchange anything. In the isolated system is a system in which you can't exchange neither matter nor energy. That system is known as isolated system. A system which can exchange neither energy nor matter with its surrounding is called an isolated system. There is also another type of system, that is macroscopic system. That means a system consisting of large number of particles is known as macroscopic system. That means a system in which large numbers of particles are present, that are known as the macroscopic system. Then after that the homogeneous system. The system is said to be homogeneous when it is completely uniform throughout. That means in a system if a same kind or if particles with one phase are present, the system are known as homogeneous system. That means one kind of particles are present in the system, then that is known as the homogeneous system. Then after that the heterogeneous system. A system is said to be heterogeneous when it is not found throughout. That means in other words, heterogeneous system in which consists of two or more phases. That means the system which consists of only one phase, that is homogeneous system, and the system which contains more than one, that means two or more phases, that are known as heterogeneous system. The example of heterogeneous system is a liquid in contact with its vapor is also heterogeneous. That means here two types. One thing, that means there are three phases: solid, liquid, gas. In a container you have taken some liquid, so container in the surface there are the vapors are present. So there are two phases of substances present. One is liquid and the another is the gas. So this is a heterogeneous system. Then after that, what is phase? So phase is defined as a homogeneous and physical distinct part of a system which is bounded by a surface and is mechanically separable from other parts of the system. And that means a phase is a homogeneous physical distinct part of a system. This is a part of a system which is bounded by a surface. That means here this is the part of the system which is bounded by a surface. Here it is the surface which can physically distinct or separable from other part of the system, and this can be physically separable from the other part of the system. Then after that, microscopic properties. The properties associated with a macroscopic system are called macroscopy properties. That means Properties which are associated with the macroscopic system are known as microscopy properties. They are pressure, volume, temperature, composition, density, viscosity, surface tension, and refractive index. These are the macroscopic properties which are associated with the macroscopic system. So today we have discussed all these things, what is system, what is surrounding, what is boundary, and in the next class we will discuss more about briefly about the thermodynamics. अगर आप चैनल पर नहीं हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए। अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगता है तो लाइक कर दीजिए, शेयर कर दीजिए। थैंक यू। इसे कहा जाता है and it by the thermodynamics you can also determine the spontaneity and feasibility of a reaction.